We are going to learn about what we call in sailing the points of sail. My name is Meg Phillips, and I will be going through this lesson with you. Okay? Why do we want to learn points of sail? We want to learn points of sail because to steer a sailboat properly, we must match our sail trim must equal the angle that we want to steer, that the boat is going, okay? That we want the boat to go. And that is all so that you can get where you want to go. So we know that we can't sail directly into the wind, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because we can go anywhere we want in a sailboat as long as we know our points of sail and we know how to steer our boat. Steering a boat isn't just about using the rudder and the wheel. You have to match your sail trim to the angle that your boat is going. And if you don't, you won't get there. At least you won't get there efficiently. So in sailing, we learned this thing called points of sail. And you're going to see this sort of chart in sailing a lot, like all the time. Almost every time you come to the sailing center, we're going to go through this with you. The reason is because you have to memorize it, just like your multiplication tables. It needs to be exactly in your head all of the time. Okay? So your close haul is the sail angle that you can go closest to the wind. That will a little bit depend on the boat you're in, but not really. Really, what that's going to depend on is just almost every boat is the same. You can't sail closer than 45 degrees. Some boats can't sail closer than 50 degrees, but either way, that's the benchmark that you're going to use. So we're going to use this benchmark of 45 degrees, 45 degrees over here. That's the no-go zone, okay? This is the no-go zone. Don't go there. That's what it means. Don't go there. And when you're up here on your close haul, your sails are trimmed all the way in, okay? They're trimmed all the way in. And what I want you to understand is that when you're down here on a run or a broad reach, your sails are all the way out. So that's an easy way to remember because when you're way up here, up at the wind, your sails are all the way in. When you're down here, downwind, your sails are all the way out. And everything in between is linearly connected to the position. So when you are on a 90 degree to the wind, your sails are halfway out. Okay? So all the way in. No, that's really not what I meant to write. So up here, you are all in when you're all up. Okay? And when you're all down, you're all out. Okay? So you're all in when you're all up, and when you're all down, you're down and out. You're all the way out. So that's a good, easy way to remember the sail trim that you have to do to match the angle that you're wanting to sail. Okay? So the most important thing about knowing your points of sail or getting where you're going is you must know where the wind is, right? That's the first thing. You have to know where the wind is. And you have to know where you're going. I mean, I know that sounds common sense, but it's not really. So where are you going? The way that we talk about and teach you to know where you're going is you must find a landmark, okay? You need to find a landmark on every tack. So if the wind is here, on every tack and on every jibe, landmark, okay? The opposite tack, find a landmark. When you're down here sailing beam reach, you find a landmark. Okay? So the main thing that you need to remember is no matter where you're going or what you're sailing, you need to know where you're going and you need to know where the wind is. And in that case, your sails, your sail trim need to match your angle. Okay? This is the big picture point of this whole lesson. Sail trim has to match your angle, and in order to do that, you need to 100% memorize this. It needs to be in your head, and you need to know all of these words: beam reach, broad reach, run, close haul, and then you need to remember these definitions, okay? They're simple, they're little, but know them by heart. All right, that's Points of Sail. Thank you so much.